Is everyday moment, because we know that every day is something special. Premium tableware is made accessible by Lausanne. It's part of everyday life, a familiar presence. Lausanne sets the table for your everyday best. Thank you for your attention. Well, next up, I would like to invite Alessandra Genora. She's an anthropologist in food. She's done extensive research into Italian cuisine. She's been a food blogger and food writer for a national newspaper and has 8 books published since 2013. So, welcome Alessandra Genora to the stage. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So, God bless my country, Italy, with plenty of food and wine. And we Italians reciprocated it, founding the Italian lifestyle, that is say enjoying food and wine. If you go to Italy, you will find everywhere people that are always keen to talk about food, to discuss, sometimes also to argue, because food in Italy is a damn serious matter. And all the most important Italian composers and musicians were very, very passionate about food. Giuseppe Verdi, for instance, was greedy of pastry and desserts. And Giacomo Puccini was a hunter. He loved hunting because he loved game, and he cooked personally his game, making great game pie or roast game and so on. And Gioacchino Rossini went so far as to quit his brilliant career after only 19 years. He started when he was a kid, so he was not yet 40, when he gave up to all the money, all the career, all the theater, just to totally devote to the food. And even Niccolò Paganini, the violin performer of the 19th century, was very, very, very passionate about food, and he was an unexpected gourmand, because as a matter of fact, nobody can imagine that beneath those incredible long fingers, and that beneath that hot-blooded temper, there was a real gourmand's heart. But Paganini loved a lot food, and especially he loved a lot the food from his town, that it is also my town, and it is the town of my daughter, that she is a violinist. So when we talked with Peter about this, Peter had this idea, and he said, why don't you recreate a recipe from your town? Well, Paganini has written this recipe from Genoa, that is our town, sorry, and it is the recipe of ravioli, dumplings. Genoa is considered the land in which ravioli was born in the Middle Age. And there is this manuscript that now it is at the Congress Library of Washington, D.C., in which Paganini wrote exactly all the ingredients and so on. So this night we went to buy a lot of ingredients because it was a last-minute idea. And today we have made Genovese and Singaporean style Paganini ravioli that I hope you will enjoy in a minute. Meanwhile, I'd like to introduce my daughter, Carola Gennaro Cecchelli, that is going to perform with the Cantabile of Paganini. Thanks a lot.
totally from scratch by herself. We'll get to try that in a bit later. I'm sure you guys are wondering who I am. I'm not Peter for sure, because he's not as good looking as I am. Peter can't be here today, I'm sorry. So basically, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and also I'd like to actually welcome a few important people who are here. A couple of them that we have to mention. So we have Dmytro Sinik, the ambassador of Ukraine to Singapore. We have Marco Cardoni, who's the deputy head of mission from the Embassy of Italy in Singapore. Mrs. Joanna Dobrioda, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. She's from Poland Embassy. Peter Venier, who's the Trade and Investment Counselor of the Embassy of Hungary in Singapore. Isidora Ortiz, who's the Secretarial Cultural Education Tourism Cooperation Department in Mexico in Singapore. It's very crucial for anyone in F&B to be working with the embassy attaches, because this really allows us to be very authentic, to ensure that we follow their culinary style and gastronomy. So I'd like to welcome everyone. This is the 22nd edition of WGS Discovery. This edition we are presenting lesser known cuisines with culinary stars and experts from 12 countries across the globe, presented by a stellar lineup of culinary stars, young and upcoming and established from around the world. This is an integral platform for us to actually showcase local and international gourmet partners to showcase their fresh produce, as you can tell from being here from all the booths and everyone presenting. The 18th Awards of Excellence kicks off the annual festival on the 3rd of April. It's one of the most respected in Singapore and around the region. We will be honoring 36 outstanding talents in the food and beverage and hospitality industry, who are all instrumental in shaping up gastronomic landscape of the region. There are a few people that we would like to showcase. Max. So basically, this man needs no introduction. It is Raymond Blanc. He was basically here in Singapore for the first WGS in 1997. This time around, he's doing a one-off special gala dinner for the celebration of the 22nd anniversary of WGS. I think it's a must-go event. Next up, we have Akira Black, who has actually enticed the world with his bold integrations of Asian fare and American influence. He has studied under the top chefs in the industry. And we also have Arthur Moros, who's one of the best 12 Polish chefs in the world. He, at the age of 23, he became the youngest chef for his restaurant in Warsaw. We also have Kevin Thornton, who's from Ireland. He's a former two-star Michelin chef who's now a food archaeologist. He runs a culinary education center in Ireland called Coots. He's an advocate for sustainable produce, and he carefully chooses the ingredients that he cooks with. We also have Patricia Di Benedetto. She's the first Michelin star chef, and actually the only woman in Sicily to receive that honor. Chef started a rewarding career in 1991. It's in the same restaurant that she runs today. It's Bye Bye Blues. We have Yaroslav Artov, who's the finalist of San Pellegrino Young Chef 2015. We have Shaba Harmeth, who's an expert in Hungarian fruit produce. He has been known as someone who's very famous from where he is, Hungary. We also have Alba Avils, who's like the expert in tequila. I'm not sure if she's here today, but I'd like to have a chat with her. Okay, there are a few hosting restaurants. I think most of you are here, and thank you for coming. So we have Antonio from Grissini, Grand Copton Waterfront. We have Dinesh, who's from Woolloomooloo Steakhouse, Singapore. We have Linar from Gattopardo. We have Katrina Lloyd from Morcel's. We have Lucas from Mezzanine. And Mario Citelli from Dolce Vita, Mandarin Oriental, Singapore. We also have Michael Rummer from La Brazier from Fullerton Bay, and Ryan Clift from Tippling Club. We also need to thank our alcohol partners, Asia Wine Network, Bottles Exo, Crystal Wines, the Tequila Regulatory Council, Hungarian National Trading House, Italian Wine Club, Come On Whiskey. I've had it. It's really, really good. If you're not, please go for it. The Italian Wine List and the Straits Wines Company. So people who are whiskey lovers, please hashtag WGS2018 to your photos taken today, because whoever has the best image will win a bottle of whiskey. So I hope you do that, because I am going to. So for the 8th of April, we're having the favorites, an all-time favorite event for WGS. It's a Discovery Brunch at Tamarind Hill. It's held from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's something that's been going on for a while, and it's something that truly should be attended by everyone, because it showcases a great discovery of WGS. I'd like to invite Peter to stage. So I don't know where he is, but I'd like to invite Peter onto stage. He's the founding father of WGS. I don't need to introduce him too much because everyone knows who he is. No,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As you can see, we're not Peter Kniep. And I know you miss him, but
we can combine.
We think we had to take care of him for this afternoon because it's always too long. It's always too much, so we took care of him. But I know you miss him, so we took a picture of him to show you where he is.
It's so bad.
Good 20 minutes in time.
Sorry?
It's so bad.
So we don't have a picture of him, I'm sorry. We just wanted to have a few words on the World Gourmet Summit and on the global industry and our take on it. Maybe Ricky, you can start with talking about your experiences with World Gourmet Summit.
Sure, thank you. Good evening, or good afternoon, everyone. My experience with World Gourmet Summit, 22 years ago, World Gourmet Summit is not only the first to introduce the gastronomic experience into Singapore, but also the only one that brought in the most Michelin-star chef in Singapore to date. So I think WGS has definitely put Singapore from a little red dot into the international platform. So all credit to World Gourmet Summit. I had the privilege in the last 15 consecutive years working with different chefs from around the world. Such as John George, Susali, Roy Yamaguchi, Haru Yamashita, Brian Nagao, and many more. And what has inspired me to transform our traditional Chinese cuisine? I'm from Blue Lotus right now, booth is there. So later please visit us, a little bit of advertisement. We have transformed traditional Chinese cuisine into what I call now the New Age Chinese cuisine. And what New Age stands for is to allow younger generations to work into our kitchens, not only by using wok, but we also have other Western techniques as commonly used in any other Western kitchens, inductions, hot oven, and we're also using sous vide, so on and so forth. So that's what WGS has inspired me to. I think today there are 14 different food and beverage events in Singapore, and I think what has made World Gourmet Summit stands out is not only just to introduce the food scene and to create that dining experience, but I think what World Gourmet Summit had also set as a platform to recognize some of the most outstanding team players, individuals who have supporting the F&B industry till now. So, how about your experience?
Yes. A lot of experience with World Gourmet Summit for years. I think it's a great event, which is not sometimes we hear it's an old event. It's not an old event because it reinvents itself. And as Ricky said, it's the only event who's really promoting all part of our industries, from our customers to our kitchen to our service staff. And we should thank Peter for that. And I'm glad that World Gourmet Summit is still there. A few words on the industry today. As many of you know, I'm in the industry for more than 25 years. In Singapore with my group DHM for almost 10 years. We can see a real change in Singapore in the food industry. It has boomed for the last 10 years. We have a wonderful scene. We have chefs from all over the world. We have cuisine from all over the world. We have fantastic fast food. We have fantastic 3 Michelin star restaurants or high-end restaurants. We have all those skills. But few words about the challenges we all have, because I think it's time to time it needs to be addressed. We all know about our staffing problem. We all know about our rental issues. We all know that sometimes our staff, and I'm happy to talk with anyone who wants after, have a bit of lack of professionalism. They want recognition, but without the effort. We have the MC problem, and so on and so on. But we also have problems with our customers. And we see more and more for the last few years. Okay, I'm going out with a group of friends, we're 8 to 10 on Saturday. Let's make reservation in 5 or 6 restaurants. And then we choose the restaurants we go in just 10 minutes before, and we don't even give a call to the other to cancel. That's a real problem, and it's more and more here. We have problem with customers bringing their wine to our restaurants. You know, it's so a lot of telling me that BYO is a tradition in Singapore. I don't think so. Now they're breaking their case. Maybe in a few weeks or in a few months they're going to bring their meal. They have to understand, and our customers have to understand, and we all need. It's by all making the effort to say no that they will understand. Our job is to sell food and wine. Restaurants are struggling. You know, it's nine like the others. Our margins are lower and lower. We just need to survive. It's not. We have like 30,000 restaurants in Singapore. It's not just about that. It's about making a sustainable business for our country. A few words on journalists and food bloggers, because you're a lot there tonight. You're doing a fantastic job. You're trying to promote our restaurant. It's most of you are great in supporting us. I can say that sometimes there is a lack of knowledge with journalists and food bloggers about food. On bloggers, when it's not asking for money to do a review, it's just a copy-paste of our press release. I think we can do better than that. But globally, we have a wonderful industry. We're dedicated to our customers. Everybody needs to work to make this industry continue to grow. WGS Gourmet Summit has helped us to grow a lot and helped to grow the industry a lot. We have a very, very positive future altogether, but we need to work together and not against each other. A few words. We have a very, very special event during this Gourmet Summit. You know that Mr. Paul Bocuse died 2 months ago, just before reaching his 92nd birthday. Mr. Paul, because in the industry we call him Mr. Paul, hold 3 Michelin star for 53 years. That's the longest ever in the world so far. He was at the origin, with a few others, at the origin of what we call nouvelle cuisine. It simply has changed the dining scene worldwide. He is, for all cooks and restaurants people, is our father to all. He used to be the first cook to actually go out of his kitchen, not only in France but around the world to promote gastronomy. And not only French gastronomy, but good gastronomy to promote product, to promote our industry. He came in Singapore for the first time in 1978, and I'm reading not to make any mistake, for FHA, and actually he gave his first gold medal to Peter Knipp. So it's that's a recognition for Peter. By the way, we don't have the picture, but I will ask you to put on Facebook. We had a picture of Peter Pip tied up with tape on his mouth. So that was it. So my very good friend Chef Julien Royer will host a one-time event, one evening in homage to Mr. Paul. I think it's important. It's not if you can go, you can go. If you can go, you can go. But it's important that we all pay homage to this great man. Ricky is going now to talk a bit about UNGA.
Yes, that's this event, UNGA. By the way, this is Taran's second time. I promise to promote for you. That's the best whiskey from Taiwan. So, anyway, UNGA, United Nations Gastronomic Assembly. I think this is the most anticipated event after the success of last year. We have overbooked up to 300 visitors coming to Singapore too. And this year we have 8 times and double the size. And we have up to 40 establishments selling small booth. And that will be have bite-sized canapes, food, drinks, even fresh produce, coffees. So feel free to join us. You definitely find us there. We'll probably hike at one of the bars there. We're next to Tabernacle. So if you need to speak to us more, we are there. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So thank you, Ricky from Blue Lotus Group and Oliver Bender from VHL Management. We actually had a photo that it couldn't be shown for some strange reason. I'm so sorry, but it was my favorite photo of Peter. Actually, he's tied up in a chair with a tape over his mouth, so he can't speak. But anyway, we've got one more event that's happening on the 16th of April in 2018, 4 to 6 p.m. at Chimes. You get to meet the stars, so you get to meet all of the presenting chefs during that moment. So it's another good event for you to attend. For the media partners, this is in the press release. If you need any other information, do contact Heat Branding and we'll give you all the information. But seriously, I know we had fun tying up Peter, but I would like to welcome Peter onto the stage. So let us all welcome Peter Cunningham to tell us a little bit more about the charitable arm of WGS.
It was supposed to be fun, but fun you can only have when you plan. Jesus Christ, how many of you are here? This is silence. It's taken me 21 years to get here, to get everybody just to zzz. Hi Rebecca, long time no see. Wow, I watched you, how you carved your turkey. That was so impressive. Okay, 22 years is quite amazing. 22 years, it's a lifetime for some. We started off 2 events, now there's, I think Ricky said 14 or 15 of them. Social responsibility is part and parcel of what we intend to do. We have for 15 years supported Community Chest, and for the past 3 years, with an agenda, the NKF, National Kidney Foundation, raised $8 million over for various charities. Now, why are we doing NKF? I think many of you know that Singapore ranks probably on the top, it seems to be changing every 6 months or a year, of diabetes-induced kidney failure. I visited the dialysis center, and one of the reasons, of course, is our famous local diet. We just overdo it. And many people just wait too long to check. There aren't that many kidneys around. So, since we are the FB profession and since we are in gastronomy, we feel it very important to support the cause and also at the same time to educate people. An event like WGS is possible only because we have many partners and sponsors. And I like to remind the press a little bit because you love to leave them out. You love to not mention them. But without them, this would not be possible. I think that needs to sink in. If we can call something the Heineken Open or the Singtel Formula One, why can't you call a Kühlbauer or Turkish Airlines or Swiss Education Group or Think US Dairy WGS? You see a bunch of new partners this year. General Manager of Turkish Airline, Levent, are you here? Somewhere? I saw you hiding. Maybe he's gone out for a smoke. Turkish Airline is our official airline partner and flying in many of the chefs, and we're very grateful for that. Then I have a new partner with a little bit of a personal agenda. Swiss Education Group, SEG. They run several colleges in Switzerland. I didn't even know of their existence, but my son graduated with a Bachelor in Arts and Honors. And I realized how important education not only at home is, but also overseas is. So they have come in big time, and apparently they have several hundred alumni in Singapore, so they are one of our partners. The official dairy, US DEC, has been with us now for 1.5 years, and it's the first time in WGS. It's quite amazing to see how much the farmers, the cheese producers have advanced in the United States. Obviously, I do not know whether there's going to be any import-export tariffs with our friend. Now the trade war is about the corner. So far it's only Harley-Davidson motorcycles and steel, but who knows? Hopefully the cheese doesn't get touched and any food doesn't get touched. We rely on it. It's a great product. Luzern, you have already seen. We have a competition with Luzern, and they do the lovely trophies that we have every year for the Awards of Excellence. I'm sure a sample is around somewhere. We want to say thank you to Acqua Panna and San Pellegrino. 20 years support us. 20 years, now that's amazing. There are a few here that weren't even born yet when they already started supporting WGS. We want to say thank you to the Epicurean partner, Anglis, and Gourmet partners that are joining us. We have an overdue thank you to Indoguna that has supported us for 20 years. Reservation partner is Job. And for all of you that need a kitchen at home, you go to Miele. We have many master classes happening this year at Miele. Carrie Hill is as always supporting us all the way with the production. We've got some amazing seafood here. You will try in a short moment. Kühlbauer.
Yeah, Kühlbauer.
Okay, all the rest of you, now you know how it's done. Everybody will remember this. You better don't run out of fish, because otherwise you're in trouble, huh? Kühlbauer, what was they selling? Shoes or what was it again?
Peanuts.
Peanuts. Going to be the largest barramundi farm in the world. Not bad. Singapore owned. Impressive. Kaluga Green Caviar. The San Pellegrino partner is Colinas, a fantastic espresso. Today you got it really right from La Raza. We have Sunfresh Monin as well as Tea Spec. Tea Spec is interesting. My other tea partner was a bit angry with me. But Tea Spec had something very unique to offer. They came into the office very humbly and we started collecting tea. Now we know caviar, what it costs, truffles, what it costs. I didn't know you can pay for a cup of tea $400 or $500 US. This is a true blue Chinese tea classics. They collected these cakes for I don't know how many decades, and we are going to try some of that. There's going to be some really, really special. This is exciting. It fits with the theme of WGS, the discovery. We know of wine aging, we know of many things, but tea aging, I think we're going to be really, really in for a surprise. Very excited. We've got many partners, of course. I want to say thank you to One Farrer. Not Farrer Road. Alessandro, you did a slight detour today. How did you like this mother-daughter pairing with violinist-inspired ravioli? That is something different, isn't it? Huh? Not panini, paganini, right?
Okay.
I understand your daughter got a little butterflies when she came up here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Good. Young, have to learn. We want to say One Farah, thank you for having us this year again, especially for the opening on April the 3rd. Our partners, as always, are One Farah, Swiss Hotel, the Stanford, Tamarind Hill. We've got our official hosting hotel, Mandarin Oriental. And then, of course, all the chefs, all the restaurants which you have already seen. But I'm not going to go in there because it's all available on the website. It's accessible for all those who are interested. Naturally, we are thankful for Chimes and for Cho to play a bigger role this year. Some people have accused us for 22 years not to change so much. We have changed. We change every year. We try to put a new spin. This year's Discovery WGS, we have some really, really interesting historic elements. I think Olivier pointed out that maybe our writing professionals in F&B are not always having that much in-depth. So we're going to have Kevin Taunton, who is a food archaeologist. We have Alessandra, who is a food anthropologist. And please don't mess with Alessandra. Did you know she was the first female judge in Vatican City?
You are not allowed to say.
Okay, I'm not allowed to say it, so forget what I just said. I like that. I'm in trouble all the time. You see, Rebecca is laughing. You missed me for the past 5 years. You've stayed away from me. Why are you so close to Morsels? Are you two ganging up? I think Morsels is trying to get the headline tomorrow in him. We're going to have some really interesting stuff. We're going to have some people that will talk about the history of food. The history of food doesn't make chefs better in what they are doing. It doesn't make the food better that you eat. It doesn't improve the menus immediately. But what it does do, it reminds us, and especially in a country like Singapore, who call ourselves food aficionados, passionate about food. We love our food in this country, but we don't always know the background of the food. And do we really want to go the way to forget classic and historic recipes? Is this what we want? Just because the youth, the bloggers, the young people only go for the most fashionable ones? It's a natural course of life. Young people always go for the latest, whether it's food, whether it's fashion, whether it's music. The parents will never agree. But then we have people like Damien here, who are masters in his craft. What style of food do you cook again? What do you call it?
Singapore heritage.
Singapore heritage cuisine. Now what does that mean?
It means Chinese, Malay, Indian, Eurasian, Peranakan.
Okay, now he cooks 5. So you're master in all 5.
Yes.
Oh wow, he's definitely not shy. But have you ever tried the food that he does? He has a very hard time keeping that food alive. And you have to try what he does because he really goes in depth. Should never ever lose this. This is your heritage, this is yours. I look at Dick, he's looking at, he knows nothing about restaurant. He's so sold by Greek cuisine, he brings it in. And the seafood is so fresh. Now you and Bakar Kubara need to talk because you have a conflict of interest, you see. He wants to say original Greek, but he's selling you Singaporean barramundi, so you figure that one out. To lose one's identity, to lose one's historic elements. Olivier spoke about Paul Bocuse. 50 years, 3 Michelin stars. We had Christoph Müller cook with Julian the 50th anniversary of Singapore, also the 50th anniversary of Paul Bocuse 3 stars. The man passed away. He was on live television all over Europe. We are going to pay homage to him. And the food that he cooked, and even Jenny agrees with me for once, Jenny Tan, food cult. Tell everybody where you learned your craft. Don't, plus. Paul Bocuse, now what very few people also knew, my first ever culinary gold medal I got in 1978 when Paul Bocuse was already in Singapore. at the first food to the region. So there is history, French history, local history, Italian history. Kevin Thornton is coming back, he's going to be a food archaeologist. What he did last time he came for the US cheese was amazing. People just paid so much attention. It's very rare I see a master class perform at such a high level. So this year is going to be different. We had all the Michelin chefs. You can have some, no, we have our own Michelin chefs. Agree, disagree, not important. World's best 50, Asia best 50, also important. But we need to pay attention and understand there's more to food than just Michelin. Singaporeans, people in this community, people living in Singapore, need to become more adventurous and try so many different things. We've got some amazing food coming from Poland. Hungary, second year running. I was last year in the market in Hungary, I was blown away. I was in Lviv, which is in Ukraine, not far from the Polish border. I went to a monastery where the recipes were 600-700 years old. And the products, and it's so fantastic. Plus, of course, among us Asian, or you Asian, I'm only half Asian, it's all about face. A little bit like with the French. You talk about foie gras. Oh, I only buy French foie gras. Hey people, 80% of the world's foie gras, or French foie gras is produced in Hungary. Good morning. You talk about goose. 1,800 tons of geese per month are sent to Germany from Poland. We are now living in a global village, in a global city. There's so many new foods. And we've got some amazing chefs already in Singapore, but we've got so many more things to come. I promised my PR company I only talk for 2 minutes. I apologize, it took 3.5. And I want to thank you all for coming. 22nd edition of WGS, all the information is available. All the chefs are here. Little reminder. 80% of all participants have not submitted their menus yet. We are going live, guys. If you don't sell your event or your special activity, don't even think of mentioning one word to me. Seems everybody is so busy. So once we go live, if you see emptiness under a certain restaurant, you know what the locals say, vida ada apa-apa. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, restaurateurs, gastro-chefs, gastronomes, everyone that came today, sponsors, Alessandra, I learned so much from you. Where's your husband? Has he run away already? Have everybody tried your ravioli? She cooked that last night and he was standing in the kitchen, not HACCP-approved home kitchen, doing the filling for the ravioli. So you tell me whether Panini wasn't just a great violinist, but he was also a great cook. Alessandra, thank you. People, everybody, thank you very much for being here. Let's celebrate, have fun. Thank you to all the sponsors, especially the press.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So don't forget to hashtag WGS 2018 of your photos here. The most enticing image will be awarded a bottle of whiskey. I will welcome you guys to actually mingle around and try all the food that's being presented today. Thank you.
We have a kueh pai tea, which is made not traditionally, it's unconventional because that's XO sauce, chili, instead of having normal peanuts and radish. We have lettuce and carrots, and we have dried shrimps, dried scallops, and then we have some garnish.
representative for them. Yeah, you can do it. Do you tell us what Sorry, do you tell us what we have here?
Hey, what's up, Yellow Bata?
This is World Gourmet Summit.
Yes, you rock, yeah.
Do you make a cup for us?
You want to make a cup of coffee? Oh, that's it.
Do you tell us what we are doing?
Today we are serving the 100% Arabica, and then the 70% and 30% Arabica, both are Tierra. Both is a sustainable blend. One of the Tierra's one of the Lavaza's high range produce that we're giving today. Exclusive, yeah?
Alright, thank you. This is for us, right?
Make another
Not
one.
done, huh? Okay.
Hey there. Can I get the I actually have a macchiato waiting. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thank you. For those of you who are joining us here right now, this is World Gourmet Summit live at One Farah, and we've just finished our press conference, and we're just taking a look around to see what is happening.
Hi, this is the Luzon collection. Hi, this is the Luzon collection we have over here. Luzon is one of the sponsors for the World Gourmet Summit. We actually have a very special competition going on with Luzon. It's called the Luzon Everyday Best Table. And over here, we have all the different collections.
From our tamarind hill menu today is crab meat in yellow curry sauce. Our yellow curry is homemade style, full of flavor, turmeric and lemongrass.
Alright, thank you, Chef. Hi, this is Cuisine and Wines Facebook.
Yeah, hey.
Share with us what you have today.
So I've got a couple different wines, mate. To start off, I've got a Radice from Modena. So it's basically 100% Lambrusco, and it's been fermented twice. Once it's stainless steel, and the second time it's been done in the bottle itself, kind of like champagne method. So it's like a really dry, yeasty Lambrusco. It goes amazing well with cold cuts and cheeses. I've also got some orange wine, which is something really unique. This is basically 100% Pinot Grigio, comes from Friuli, which is the northwest part of Italy. And what they've done is a maceration of 60 days on the skins. That's why it gets this beautiful, bright, blood orangey kind of colour. So it's really dry. It smells a little bit funky and toasty, but the flavours, absolutely sensational. It drinks better than it sounds. I also have some lovely Sardinian wine, which is a Lilove, from Sardinia, from a little town called Barbegia, and a Cesanese, which is from Lazio, which is not something you often see in Singapore. Lazio wine. Can I give you a glass just so you can try? Yeah? Alright, so I'll give you some bubbles, mate, just to cheer you up. Have a taste of this. See you later, mate. Have a great night. There you go.
Thank you so much.
I have a taste and wine speaks for itself.
Okay, alright. So for those of you who have just joined us, we have just finished our press conference for World Gourmet Summit, and we're just walking around to find out what's happening. Hello, I'm back again. Can I try?
Yeah, of course.
You can explain also what.
Explain. Okay. Do you want it on the rocks? Oh, do you want it on the rocks, or do you want highball, or do you want?
Which is the best way to try it?
I would say on the rocks. Yeah, because with a little bit of water, this Kavalan taste will be even more distinct and even better. Just give me a second.
Because we're always interested in some lifestyle things. So it's not like that for you.
Okay. Alright, do you want to... Hello, say hi.
Hello everybody, hope you guys are enjoying the live feed. Make sure to support us, make sure to look forward to more WGS events. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. I think we'll end here for today, and we'll see you at our World Gourmet Summit events that will be coming up in the coming few weeks. Thank you.